Welcome to Rathalos Watch. Today, I'll be discussing how Capcom revealed in an interview with PC Games that creating a 15th weapon for Monster Hunter is incredibly challenging and why they ultimately decided to skip for Monster Hunter Wilds. I thought there was a lot of interesting information and what it might mean for the weapons in future titles. As always, I am going to be getting into the nitty-gritty of the interview with no bullshit in between. A link to the interview will be in the description, as full credit goes to them pretty much for this entire video. If you're looking forward to Monster Hunter Wilds coverage or just Monster Hunter in general, make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on, and do not forget to join our Discord community. Link is in a pinned comment. Without further ado, let's begin. Ken Alisop from PC Games recently sat down with Yuya Takuda, the director of Monster Hunter Wilds and producer Ryozo Tsujimaru-san, and asked them if the fans will ever see the fabled 15th weapon one day. Ken Alisop asked them the following: is this because Capcom is satisfied with the lineup, or because other areas of development took priority? Takuda-san responded with the following: when we start development of games such as World and recently Wilds, we always consider whether or not this is the time to add another weapon type. It's not off the table for any particular reason, it's just that we never really decided what we wanted for the recent titles. With the current armory selection all at least 10 years old, and some weapons stretching back more than 20 years to the first game, it's tough to find a 15th weapon that would actually have a place in that lineup and feel equally as valid as the other weapon types while also not overlapping with them too much. It's a very difficult thing. With each title, we always adjust all the weapon types and maybe bring new concepts to them and their relationships with each other to make them feel fresh. We also bring new depth with new combos and moves. The resource and time that it takes to do that is something like that. In every case, since the last weapon was added, we've always decided we're better spent time bringing the whole lineup to a better place than to simply start adding another new one in. We have a concept in mind for each title where we think, this is how the Insect Glaive will feel, this is how the Greatsword will feel. He continued to say that's just a concept though, you can design it and test it, but it's really only when the players get it in their hands that you can see if the concept is matching the reality and they're having the experience you thought they would have. With the weapons and Wilds, one particularly difficult balancing decision was with the predecessor title being Iceborne. A lot of things were added to each weapon's upper echelons of moves and abilities. Because it was an expansion and was adding in the master rank difficulty level, Takuda-san then explained people who were playing a given weapon in Iceborne were assumed to have mastered the basics, and it was going beyond that with adding new combos and moves and abilities. That is probably the most detailed answer that Capcom has ever given in regards to a potential 15th weapon. And to be quite frank with you, I completely understand them. Game development is a very difficult process. Coming up with ideas is not really the hard part. The hard part is making it all work well, having it fit the latest formula and feel of the game, and on top of that, making it fun. There are already 14 weapons, and that is a ton in my opinion, especially if you're a completely brand new player to the franchise. It might seem overwhelming to begin with. Sometimes more is not always a good thing, because now you are running into issues of balancing and making sure that everything feels fun and rewarding regardless of the weapon that the hunter uses. Now, I am not saying I do not want a 15th weapon. I do believe that it will eventually happen, and it's 100% more of a new generation feature rather than an addition to an expansion or some sort of a title update. Wilds is about to come out, and most of the general consensus has been quite positive that all of the weapons really feel good this time around in terms of the fun factor and their playability and accessibility, and that is extremely important if you ask me. I sincerely believe that Capcom made the right decision by not introducing a 15th weapon to this new entry. Obviously, after Wilds will come the expansion, and after that we will be getting prepped for Monster Hunter 7th generation. Every new generation is a new clean slate, sort of like a big reset button. So will Capcom focus on bringing a 15th weapon as the next big feature, or will they focus on something like underwater biomes and combat, or even something else entirely? Only time will tell. Monster Hunter World was all about focusing on opening up the game to a bigger audience and introducing new mechanics like turf wars, while also introducing new combat moves to the majority of the weapons. Meanwhile, Monster Hunter Wilds seems to be all about the immersion and creating a seamless world with no loading screens, and having a much bigger emphasis on the ecology and interaction with the world itself, while also fine-tuning all the 14 weapons and making them more fun to use, and also adding things like offsets and counters to weapons that never had them previously. So what does that mean for Monster Hunter 7? Does it mean that it's time to finally bring the 15th weapon? To be quite honest, Capcom can do as they wish. They've proven to me enough times that they know what they are doing with their decisions, and Monster Hunter Wilds is looking like a game that will be very difficult to top for them, come the 7th generation. But that is the exciting part. Wilds seems to be really topping World right now based off what everyone has been saying of, you know, the previews and all the beta plays and everything like that. So, you know, just exactly how is Monster Hunter 7 gonna be topping Wilds? That is a question and answer for another day, in my opinion. As for what features I like to personally see in a future mainline entry, that is not even a question or a topic that I wish to discuss right now. My opinions and wish lists will completely change once I have fully played and consumed Monster Hunter Wilds and its upcoming G-Rank expansion in its entirety. And I bet your opinions and wish lists will also change for the next mainline entry of Monster Hunter. So right now, I want to enjoy the hype and celebrate. The celebration of a new era that is about to begin for Monster Hunter. And these things are so far ahead in the future that it's literally pointless to even ponder about them. My fellow hunters, I am super excited for Monster Hunter Wilds, and I'm sure you are too. We are almost there, friends, so hang in there just for a few more days. What do you guys think about Capcom's answer in regards to a potential 15th weapon for a future title? Are you happy with what they said, or do you think they are being lazy? I personally do not think so, and I believe what they say makes a ton of sense and is very valid. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit like and subscribe with notifications turned on. Peace out and happy hunting.